Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your Tennessee lacrosse team. My name is Charlie Serafian, joined here by John Hanson. We got a fun one. Ladies and gentlemen, please and thank you. Thank you for joining Tennessee Club Sports Network. As always, we got a fun one. It's Tennessee Volunteers taking on the Michigan State Spartans. We had a fun one, John, the other day. Tennessee took down Clemson on a Friday night here in Knoxville. What a game that was. Tons of scoring, tons of action. Tennessee now 7-2 in the Atlantic Lacrosse Conference in the ALC South. Michigan State coming from the Upper Midwest Lacrosse Conference at 2-5. Not the best record. However, this is a tough team, a physical team. This should be a fun one, John.
It should be a very fun one. Like you said, we had a great game Friday night against Clemson. Tennessee did pick up the win. That was a big conference game, the game of the week. But they got the win 12-8. They looked pretty dominant throughout. And while Clemson may have been a tough team, we'll see the dominance of the Michigan State team in this game and see if Tennessee can get another win in the books, and this time in an interconference game.
The face-off's won by Tennessee as they're going to look to pick up where they started last time. A very physical and a very electric start for this Tennessee team. Lots of goal scoring, especially from number 3, Tommy Rudeau, who he had 4 in that game. Jake Schroll, he got 2 himself. What a performance that was. As the Volunteers start things off here in Knoxville on this cloudy, overcast day. Hopefully it doesn't rain on us. As Tommy Rudeau now making a move, trying to look down there, gets it back below, down over to Schroll. Back up top, they're going to look to try to get a shot, an early one, it's saved. A pretty good start there, right off the rip for number 18 on Michigan State. Kalen Bonner gets an early save in this one as they'll get it out in front of shot, another save by Bonner. Bonner, 2 saves right off the bat, and he's fired up. Michigan State, a good defensive effort to start this one off.
That was a great defensive effort there from Bonner. A couple of spectacular saves. So Tennessee's got some good chances early, but the goalie for Michigan State is definitely showing up to play today, and he's got a few great saves.
Kalen Bonner, so far in this game, he's looked pretty sturdy. 2 shots off the rip. He saved both of them. Michigan State the other way now. Leading the charge for the Spartans. It's number 45, Nathan McLaughlin. He'll get it over to number 8 for the Spartans, Mason Rizanka. Rizanka with it now. Looking to set up their offense to get something going. Connor Hamilton. Back down the backside to Connor Martin. Martin gets it up to Neeson. And they'll look to facilitate here. Ryan Murphy back over to number 33, Vijay Foster. Foster cutting inside. Well defended by Teddy so far. Jake Cosgrove right up there in the middle. He's stepping up, making it very hard for this team. That's one thing Jake Cosgrove does very well in these games. He's very strong, and he's really able to hassle this team and make sure they're not able to really get anything going, because Michigan State, they're going to look to try to get it on the inside. That was Tennessee's weakness versus Clemson, and if they were watching film, they'll be able to get some goals by doing that.
Yeah, definitely be able to get some goals there, but that was a little play off the foot from the Michigan State forward that causes the turnover in possession. Here comes Tennessee right down the middle. Messed up the pass there. Let's see if they can get it back. But Michigan State, it looks like it's going to regain possession. Or maybe the ball's just flying around a little bit.
Seems to be doing a little bit of both. It's Michigan State. They're going to regain control here. Tennessee is going to get a change here. Coming into the game, it's number 44, Grant Grushot. Clark pressing up in neutral zone as the Spartans are going to look to try to bring this one up the field. So far, the Spartans looking pretty keen on their passing. Not able to get anything going so far.
Yeah, just like we saw in the Clemson game the other night, Tennessee's got a very good perimeter defense. They're not allowing Michigan State to come inside and get some good opportunities on the stick. But if the Spartans want to try to win this game, they got to do some of that, and that one right there is what they needed to do, and they got it.
All the way from East Lansing, the Spartans get this party started, get a goal on the board. We're able to fool the goalie, Owen Boyd, who wasn't in goal versus Clemson the other day. It was for the Tennessee Volunteers. Kyler Gornick is in goal for the Volunteers. I apologize. Kyler Kyler Gornick, he had an incredible game against Clemson on Friday night. Very athletic plays he was making, but he is fooled very early on in this one as the Spartans get this party started.
Yeah, an unlikely goal for Michigan State, as that is only Owen Boyd's second goal on the season. He's number 12 for Michigan State. So one of the fewer goal scorers for the Spartans getting one on the board, and maybe that's a sign for things to come if Michigan State can hamper down on their offense and show Tennessee what they've got.
And, you know, coming into this game, it's important to get things started right off the rip. Tennessee, they gained momentum on Friday night versus Clemson by scoring first. And it looks like vice versa has happened here as Michigan State, they've done the same thing. They're going to look to pass it around the top, just trying to find an opening here. Oliva, he's going to go down low, take a shot. Nope, just to the left. It was an intended pass for Andrew Connolly. He wasn't able to hold on to it. Connolly's going to try to get it in front again. Ball's going to get loose and get away from them. Scooped up by number 55, Jake Spencer. Spencer gets it down low. Number 39, Zach Mitchell. Mitchell on the backside over to 43, Andrew Connolly. Connolly. Harden making him work for it, not allowing Connolly to really get in there. Gets it over to Oliva. Ball's freed. Oliva back down below. 10 on the shot clock. Time winding down. The shot's going to come. Pump fake shot over the top of Gornick. Not able to get it to go. So Michigan State being very patient with their shots, a little too patient. Ran out of time on the clock there. Is 3, 2, 1. They'll try to sneak one in there. Saved by Gornick. He's able to get that one out of there. It's scooped up and picked up. Tennessee's going to come the other way with it. Leading the pack, it's number 9. See, as he'll hold on to it still, looking for the opening. Gets it over to Jake Cosgrove. Cosgrove, the Long Island native, gets it up top to Harden. Harden in the center. He'll get it down low. They'll lose it, and Michigan State will regain possession. Tennessee looking a little shaky to start here.
Yeah, Tennessee not looking as great as they did Friday night so far in this game. They've had quite a few turnovers. Michigan State seems to be dominating. You said they had patience on a couple of their shot attempts. They do have a lot of patience. They've been making some passes, and I think they've been making some very good shot attempts, and luckily one of them has gone in for the Spartans, so Tennessee is going to have to hamper down on defense, as that one's going to be a second goal for Michigan State. Another wide open shot, and the Spartans have an early 2-0 lead over the Volunteers.
This time it was Connor Hamilton who snuck it past Gornick, and the Spartans have come into this one firing. Not a great start for the Volunteers here. Still a lot of time left in this game, but right now, Michigan State seems to have all the energy in this one.
There's kind of a lack of defense on the inside for the Volunteers. Michigan State kind of just ran up towards the goal, and I only saw about 2 defenders up there, as Michigan State was able to snap one past Gornick, and the Spartans, again, 2-0 early on in this game, and they definitely have all the momentum, and they've been dominating, and the bench for Michigan State has been very, very vocal.
Very vocal indeed, and this bench energy, that is kind of what's leading this momentum, as we are just under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter here. Michigan State very electric with their commentary, and they get another one! The Spartans, they are letting it fly on this Tennessee defense. Ryan Murphy sneaks one past Gornick, and the Volunteers are going to have to talk this one over, because right now Michigan State have been dominant.
If I'm Tennessee, I'm looking to call a timeout right now to get this team organized and settled down, because a 3-0 lead for Michigan State early on here is not what you want to see if you're the Volunteers. But it looks like they're not going to take a timeout just yet. Tennessee's going to keep on playing on, but they're really going to have to step it up on defense and take their time with their offensive plays, because it seems like they've been going too quickly. They're not making great passes, and they need to let up less turnovers if they want to make sure this game doesn't get out of hand.
Burke spinning around. He's going to get over to Rudo. Rudo over to Guys. Back down to Clark now. Schroll and Clark back there behind the net for Tennessee, as they did last game. They're really good at facilitating and finding the open man. Rudo, Guys, they were able to get some in there, as well as Schroll. Guys down low and passes it to nobody. It's scooped up though. Schroll will recover that one. Now Clark. Clark looking to make a move. Trying to sneak in there. It's not there. Finds Guys. Guys makes a move. Lets it fly. Shot. Saved. Kalen Bonner. He's been solid so far in this one. Not fooled. But Michigan State is making it very hard for Tennessee to find quality shots here in this one. The Spartans over in Tennessee's zone. Looks like trying to slow down the pace now. They get it over to Ryan Murphy. Murphy looking for the second of the game. Didn't have anything. Back down in the middle. They'll try to reset here. Over to Neeson. Another shot. It's rifled, and it's saved by Gornick this time. Number 33, Vijay Foster. He tried to take a crack at it. Wasn't able to fool Gornick as he made a routine save over there. Now Tennessee the other way in Michigan State zone. Schroll to Clark. Clark cradling. Now in the game for the Volunteers, it's number 10, Will Tobias. It's Tobias. We'll get it back over to Clark. Clark to Schroll. Schroll back to Tobias. Tobias, he takes a little bit of a hit there. He's able to stay on his feet. He's going to make a move. Deeks, fakes, still being guarded. Really good defense. He's going to try to get in there all the way. Couldn't find it. Gets it over to Schroll again. Schroll will try to sneak on the inside. Takes a wild shot over the head of Bonner. Couldn't find anything. Tennessee will regain possession here, and they'll try to take another crack at it.
Kind of a quick shot there for Tennessee. You know, so far I haven't seen much offensive pressure from the Volunteers. It kind of just looks like they're waiting back just a little bit. And again, a miscue, a bad pass, and that one's going to go over the line, and it's going to be another turnover. Michigan State's going to pick it right back up.
The Spartans looking to make it 4 in this first quarter of play. The shot saved by Gornick. He bobbled it for a second, and now a long pass into center field, not able to keep it in bounds. One thing Tennessee, they're struggling with a little bit here, John, is regaining control of that ball. A lot of passes are getting a little sloppy here. They looked keen in the start of this game, but it seems like the Spartans have applied so much pressure to where they're really not able to get their offense started or really even able to hold on to the ball for long as we got a penalty flag flying.
Yeah, Tennessee definitely needs to be patient with their passing, which we haven't seen. They've been kind of erratic, but along with being patient, they also have to be aggressive. When they can get that patience down, they can make some good passes, set some inside plays.
So we'll get a penalty on the Spartans. It's going to be cross-checking. Committed by number 44, Michigan State, Matthew Oliva.
I think this is a great opportunity for Tennessee. Now that Michigan State has a 1-minute penalty, the Volunteers are going to be man up. They can definitely use this as a momentum change and capitalize with a goal here. With 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter, if they can claw their way back, this could be a totally different game within minutes.
Absolutely. Hopefully they're able to capitalize on this penalty. Schroll, back over to Rudo. Rudo to Schroll. Schroll waits to Rudo. Rudo doesn't like what he sees. Rudo, he had an incredible game Friday night. As they try to sneak one in, they're not able to do so. But Rudo, he was the man of the hour, man of the 3 hours that were played against Clemson. 4 goals, 2 coming in the third quarter alone. Just an incredible performance by him. And we'll get a timeout call by Michigan State. They'll hold on, and they are fired up here, ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Tennessee Club Sports Network. We have a fun one here in Knoxville on this Sunday early afternoon.
We definitely have a fun one here in Knoxville. Maybe not fun for the Tennessee fans, as Michigan State has been dominating early, 3-0 within the first couple of minutes of this game. Things have started to settle down now, but the Volunteers are going to have to definitely regroup here and talk it over. so that they can make some plays happen, get a few passes in, try to get up inside. They haven't been aggressive enough. They need to make some plays and get some better quality shots on goals so they can hopefully get one in and get one past Kalen Bonner, who's been absolutely astounding so far in this game. A couple of fantastic saves for Bonner has kept Michigan State with a very sizable lead to start off here in the first quarter.
So it'll be interesting to see what they talked over in that huddle. Michigan State, they're down a man right now. Matthew Oliva, he's going to be called for that penalty, cross-checking. So Tennessee, you got to be careful. You got to be able to capitalize on this situation here, especially when you have that man advantage. So we could hear Michigan State over there in the huddle from up here in the booth. I believe the word said we're stomping on their throats. Interesting play call there for Michigan State. I mean, I believe it just means to be aggressive, and that's what they're going to try to do. Down a man. Michigan State working over in Tennessee zone, trying to sneak one past Gornick once again. You expect the Volunteers to tighten up a little bit on defense as they get the ball. It's a ground ball being fought for. Who's going to come away with it? A hit. No one has it. Ball's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be Tennessee's ball. They'll get possession here.
Michigan State was able to kill off that penalty, but they did lose possession of the ball. But now Tennessee, another misplay. Just bad passing for Tennessee so far in this game. That one's going to go out of bounds as the Spartans regain possession yet again, and the hits just keep on coming for the Volunteers.
Ball being played. Back over in their zone. It's going to go all the way back over towards the side of the Volunteers. Volunteers will regain possession here. Just under 4 to go here in this first quarter. Michigan State up 3-0. They've come into this one strong. They'll break away with it, though. Coming up the sideline, and he gets absolutely rocked. It was number 44 on Tennessee. Grant Grushat, he got hit there on the side. Referee's going to try to talk things over. Try to gain control of both benches. Referee making an effort to tell him to clear the box here. So it's going to be a penalty on Michigan State once again. It's going to be White, number 33. We'll see who they get here. They might not even be calling him for one. It looks like we'll get Tennessee regaining possession. We'll see what they call here. Interesting. So, John, what do you want to see from Tennessee, really, as time winds down in this first quarter to maybe get up on the board here? I mean, easier said than done. It's really important you try to get some sort of momentum coming into the second quarter because right now it seems to be all Michigan State.
It definitely looks like it's all Michigan State, but Tennessee needs to be patient. They have to stop being so erratic with their passes, and they need to set up some good passes, some good plays outside, and you can't have mistakes like that bouncing off the stick, and it just keeps getting worse, it seems like, for Tennessee because they're making some good plays on the offensive zone, but they can't get any shots on net because they keep turning the ball over so quickly.
And I think it's really important to really just make smart passes. You have a lot of time. You don't really have to be urgent with it. You can really take your time, just try to make smart passes. As Guys tries to sneak one up on top, he's not able to hold on. Michigan State will recover. It's taken up by number 7 for the Spartans as they're going to try to go the other way with it. Hunter Hendricks, he was able to scoop that one up for Michigan State and bring it back the other way. Now with it, it's number 11, Owen Boyd. Boyd is going to make his way over very slowly onto the other side. And it looks like the Spartans will try to just reset and get this offense going. The one thing they've been able to do in this game has really been just finding those open lanes and getting that offense started as they've been able to sneak 3 past Gornick here in this one. Back behind the own net of Gordon. It gets Connor Martin. Now back over number 33, Foster. VJ Foster gets it back. A quick shot. They score. What a play by Michigan State. Foster, number 55 on the Spartans. Jake Spencer back and forth right in front of the zone. Gets it past Gornick. Spartans 4-0 here in this one.
I said this in the last game for Tennessee against Clemson. A good way to get some scoring opportunities is to be taking multiple shots on net during possession without losing the ball, which you definitely can do in lacrosse. And that's what Michigan State seems to be doing. They're getting multiple shots on net, and one of them's eventually bound to go in. And we've had that 4 times now for Michigan State with 4 different goal scorers. And we nearly had a...
Very good on his feet. He was able to knock that off to the side with what looked like that left knee. Interesting play there. However, whatever keeps the ball out of the net is whatever keeps the ball out of the net, John. You got to do what you got to do, and he did that. Michigan State with it, again, still in Tennessee's zone. They've been absolutely aggressive and dominant. You could say a million other words to describe what this offense has been, but they are just killing this Volunteers team right now. Cosgrove, he scoops this one up, comes away with it. Nifty move, loses it though. It's stolen back. Everybody trying to hold on to it. Ryan Murphy comes away with it. Again, he's got a goal in this one so far early on in the first quarter. Top left corner, a beautiful shot. If you're the Volunteers, you really just got to hold off Michigan State here. Ball in front, Murphy loses it. Good defense played. Time winding down, approaching a minute to go. They're going to try to sneak one in there. Schellenberger loses it. Rizanka. Back over to Foster. Foster on the right side. It's picked up. Trying to make something happen. Shot in front. They score! Foster another assist. Ryan Murphy takes a shot. He gets his second of the game. 2 penalty flags fly, but one thing I can tell you for sure is Michigan State gets another. We'll see what the penalties are coming up. John, that was a beautiful play. 2 plays in a row where Michigan State was able to find an open man in the middle. Quick shot, top right, top left corner. They're coming from everywhere now. Michigan State up by 5.
I mean, that's a perfect setup play in the game of lacrosse. That's basically what you want to do every time. I'm wondering what the penalties are here, but it's going to be a 5th goal for Michigan State in what is one of the most dominant quarters I've ever seen. We kind of saw this level of dominance from Tennessee against Clemson in the first quarter last game, but they've just been completely out of it, and Michigan State has been all over them in this game. And I'm not quite sure how Tennessee can respond, as they still have about 45 minutes to play. There's a lot of time left, but being down 5 so early, it's going to take a toll on the Volunteer offense and defense.
Tennessee looking to get back into this one. They were dominant against Clemson the other night. A lot of time left to come back into this one. Tommy Rudo, he had 4 goals against Clemson State. He was looking for another one in this one.
And with that shot from Rudo, I mean, he scored 4 goals in the last game, and you definitely want to be giving the ball to him, as he had a very close opportunity there. With about 5 seconds left, Michigan State, can they get one more shot on goal? I think they're just going to miss out on it. But that's going to be the end of the first quarter. It's going to be 5-0 Michigan State, Charlie.
So far, I mean, one thing I do like from Tennessee, despite being down 5 here, is it looks like they were starting to figure things out towards the end. The only problem I really see with them is the energy, the momentum. It's not there right now. However, we saw it Friday night against Clemson, and there's no doubt in my mind they'll be able to pull things together. So they'll definitely talk things over in this timeout here at this end of this break, and look to just really come back. One thing for Michigan State, though, they are just finding the open lane in the middle, able to create. And in lacrosse, you really have to be careful to not leave that middle open. We saw even watching hockey, John, just able to find those open lanes, create plays, and right now they've come into this game. The boys are buzzing over there in green.
Yeah, fantastic first quarter.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be back here for the second. We're going to go to a quick intermission. Thank you for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here for the second. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Charlie Sarafian, joined side by John Hansen.
We have a great game so far here, Charlie, but it is 5-0 for the Michigan State Spartans over the Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee was not able to get much of anything going on in the first quarter as Michigan State was able to put 5 on the board, 5 past the Tennessee goalie Kyler Gornick. But I was listening to the Tennessee bench during that little break we had, and they were trying to get hyped up. Someone was yelling, "We need to dig in. This is our season." And you can definitely feel it because Tennessee is looking down and out, but they kind of need some of that momentum and swing to go their way.
And again, as I said in that first quarter, there's no doubt in my mind they'll be able to find it. You just got to get going. Here's a good play. Schroll gets it down low. Quick shot. Guys, couldn't find anything. But just like that, you like to see coming down the field, finding an open shot. The look was there. They just weren't able to get it on target. However, it's just little things like that, able to create those opportunities. Eventually, you're going to start to find the back of the net, John.
That shot may not have been on target, but it was one of the closer opportunities they've had. And, yeah, like you said, they definitely need to be aggressive, get back on offense very quickly, take multiple shots on net, especially during a single shot clock, and one of them is bound to go in eventually, I'm pretty sure. And there it is right there, I'm telling you.
What a play! Able to sneak in there. They're going to call it a goal. Incredible, an acrobatic finish, looking like Circus Soleil out there. Number 22 for the Volunteers, Dominic Bevilacca, excuse me for that little butcher on the name. A spectacular play, and just like that, they get in there and get a goal and get on the board. The Volunteers have now come into this second quarter and started hot. That is what you need to see if you're a lacrosse team. Down 5 goals, now only 4, coming the other way, looking for another one. Schroll down below, tries to sneak it in the middle, wasn't there. Good play though, John. They're now starting to piece things together and get going here.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity on net. Like I said, multiple shots on goal, and they were able to get one in. Kind of, you said that was number 22, correct?
Excuse me, Jackson Zimmer.
Yeah, Jackson Zimmer kind of walked right in front of the goal, and he had a wide open shot. And if he had missed that one, then I don't know what Tennessee would have been doing. But they finally got one on the board, and that is a hot start for the second quarter.
Jackson Zimmer, he was able to take that one himself. I thought he was going to pass it. It's a good thing he didn't. Stuck right in there. A diving play, shot that while he was in midair. I would love to see a replay of that. Incredible shot, but that is what you need to do. If you have an open lane, just take it. Sometimes you got to be a little selfish in these games. Tennessee, they're on the board, 5-1. But just like that, John, Michigan State gets one. 6-1 now. They respond right back. It's number 33 for the Spartans, Vijay Foster. He's already got 2 assists on the day.
Yeah, Tennessee was finally able to get something going on offense, but that defense is still a little bit of a struggle. Gornick can't be, carrying the team all by himself on defense. The Tennessee defenders definitely have to get back and set up in good positions, but Michigan State is just finding all the open lanes, and it looks like that one goal for Tennessee didn't fluster them whatsoever.
And the offense isn't looking horrible for Tennessee. Michigan State, they're just being very careful on defense, really not allowing Tennessee to capitalize. As we see it right there, Michigan State, even the offense is playing defense, a lot of back and forth action. They'll pick it up here. We'll see who comes away with it. Beautiful play by Harden. It's batted out of the air. We'll get a stoppage to that play as ref talk things over here. So Michigan State now will control. It's Foster. Foster back up top to Murphy. Murphy making a move. Looking for something. Gets it onto the side. They get another one. Murphy with the assist over to Andrew Connolly. And what we thought was going to be a better quarter for Tennessee, they got a goal to start things off. Has not looked to be so good as time's gone on. Michigan State, 2 goals to respond. It is now 7-1 here in Knoxville, Tennessee at the Rec Sports Intramural Complex.
It seems that pep talk for Tennessee, in between the first and second quarters, it did something a little bit at the beginning, but now it's just slipping away once again. I don't see Tennessee being that motivated in the defensive zone. They're just kind of letting things happen to them, and Michigan State's just picking up a lot of quick goals, which I'm kind of surprised by with the records of both of these teams going into this game. I don't know if you can consider this so far an upset, but it's looking like one to me.
Absolutely. Both these teams in different conferences. So whenever you play a team from a different conference, you really don't know what to expect. The play style is a little different. You see things you haven't really seen before. I mean, Tennessee playing the ALC South has not faced teams like Michigan State has. As Rudo now tries to sneak one in there. Good shot, a little to the left. Picked up, though, by Guys. Tries to get it in the middle. Can't find anything. A good chance. Not able to get it in there. Still seeking around. It's Scott up front. Pass was intended up top for Guys. Wasn't able to hold on to it, so now Michigan State will control the other way and look to set up this offense. It's the sun slowly starting to peek out here in Knoxville. Things getting a little warmer. Glad it didn't rain on us today, John.
Yeah, definitely glad it didn't rain on us. The rain was a little bit downpouring this morning.
Shot, Deke. It looks like the shot was there, John. They just didn't fire it. Andrew Connolly could have had one. He had the ball wide open in front of the net. Decided not to take it. Passed it up. Tennessee, they got bailed out there. Gornick didn't have to make a save. And by the way, Gornick, he was so good against Clemson. He's been pretty good here. It's just been Michigan State's offense that have been finding open lanes in this game. Rudo up top. Salazar got it back down below. Goes over to Schroll. Now back to Rudo. Rudo, I expect big things out of him today. 4 goals against Clemson. We keep mentioning it. An incredible performance. He's looking to break free. Makes a nice move. Takes a shot. Saved. Bonner, he got a stick on that one. A good shot by Rudo, a good move. I want to see more from Rudo today. Be a little more aggressive, a little more selfish with those plays because he's a guy who can really score from anywhere at all 3 levels. He can get down low and he can also score from far out. So I want to see him start to fire up here and get things going because if he gets going here, John, Tennessee, they're going to get going.
Yeah, even with Tennessee only getting 1 goal so far in this game, Rudo's definitely looked like one of the better players out there who's setting up chances. He's getting some very good shots on net. It's just nothing's been able to go in. Michigan State's defense has been pretty solid, but Tennessee definitely in the transition game needs to get back on defense and be more aggressive, force Michigan State to the outside to take those longer, less accurate shots if they don't want this game to be completely get out of hand.
Murphy wrapping around. He'll get it back behind the net of Gornick. The Spartans looking to make it 8-1 in this game. Good defense by Tennessee. They're going to poke that one away. It's going to go out of play. So again, it looks like Michigan State, they love that little play of just working around the corners there with Murphy and players like Vijay Foster and just looking for the open man. That's one thing they've been doing well, just circling that ball. It's just catching Tennessee off guard. So if Tennessee can look to take that away, it's going to be very hard for the Spartans to do what they've been doing this whole game. Easier said than done, though, John.
Easier said than done, but Michigan State, I've noticed that they're circling the net. They're circling around Kyler Gornick like a couple of sharks, or a large school of sharks out there, as they just keep going around the net and very much inside on the plays at all times, and that's why they're getting such great opportunities. Tennessee hasn't been able to keep them on the outside.
A good sign for Tennessee. They were able to kill that play. Michigan State ran out of time on the shot clock there. Rudolph, he'll fire this one all the way top into the center. Trying to sneak in there. They'll get a shot. It's saved by Bonner. Schroll up top to Guys. Guys, nifty stick work. Makes a move. Thinks about it. Shot in the middle. Looking for it. And they score! The Volunteers get one to go. Guys to Scott. Tennessee, they've got 2 now. Volunteers on the board. So signs of life coming from the boys in orange and gray right now. as they look to get back into this one. Michigan State, they'll try to talk things over. It looked like a breakdown on defense there, but a great shot, a great set of play from guys to Scott right there in the middle. They get one to go. 7-2, Tennessee trying to creep back into this one.
Yeah, Volunteers definitely had a great defensive stance on the other end of the field for a little bit there as they were able to run the clock out on Michigan State. He wasn't able to get a goal, so something that seems kind of foreign in this game. But Tennessee, some good offensive plays, great passing, and just, a pass right up the middle, straight to Scott, who was able to put it in the back of the net. That's both of their goals so far, just right in front of the net. They were able to get past Galen Bonner.
Both teams fighting to win the face-off. Michigan State, they'll come away with it. Coming back the opposite way now. Connor Hamilton circling with it. Still holding on. We'll get it over up to Matthew Oliva. Oliva back to Spencer. Spencer to VJ Foster. Foster, he's been really good in this game. 2 assists. Spin move. Back over to Mitchell now. Back to Foster. Foster down low in the corner as they'll wrap around and get it over to Hamilton. Michigan State just looking for that quality shot. Not in desperation. It's stolen, though. Good play by Gornick as he'll just fire this one up the field. A Hail Mary pass. No one seems to get it. A collision up there in the middle. Ball goes out of play.
But it is going to be Tennessee ball, so yet another forced turnover for the Volunteers. And maybe they're starting to pick things up now. That's 2 straight possessions that Michigan State hasn't been able to get anything going. But now the Volunteers, a prime opportunity. They could cut this lead down to 4, which could be very beneficial as we have about 7 minutes left in the first half.
Rudo. He's got to get going here. Tennessee, 2 goals. Looking to find something. Looks like they've been getting that offense circulating a little bit. Knife move, looking for the shot. Mason Kane try to get one in there. 17 goals on the season. A little too high is now Schroll. To Scott. Scott couldn't hold on to it. Michigan State will go the other way. So it looks like they were trying to work it back to Scott. Schroll was back down there too. Trying to do what they did back a couple minutes ago where they got a goal. And now it looks like some words are exchanged here from both teams. This thing's getting a little chippy here.
Getting very chippy.
Expect them to get going a little bit, John.
It looked like a little bit of an elbow on Michigan State, which is what caused the turnover. But Tennessee, luckily, were able to get the ball right back after their missed possession. But one player that's been kind of quiet, he was kind of quiet in the Clemson game as well, was Mason Kane, one of the top goal scorers for Tennessee. They definitely want him to pick up because it looks like he's been kind of a bit of a slump, it seems like, in the past couple of games.
In this game, though, the stats really, they don't show on the sheet. He has been facilitating well, some good passes, really just a glue guy out there trying to get this offense to create. But right now, it just seems like Michigan State has exploited all of Tennessee's strengths, and what worked against Clemson on Friday night has proven not to really work in this one in Knoxville on this afternoon. Spartans with it now. Coming the other way. It's being carried up by number 40, Matthew Oliva. Oliva, the midi. Cut him back. Up top, gets it to number 8, Mason Razonka. Razonka looking to sneak down into the middle. Didn't find anything. Being played very tightly up by Tennessee's defense. Dominic Bevilacqua. Michigan State circulating, just trying to find the open lane. Up top to Razonka. Now Razonka, he loses his footing, makes a nice spin move. Another one, trips, falls, loses it. And we'll get a penalty. Looks to be on Tennessee's number 23. Dominic Bevilacqua. Looks like he kind of jumped up on top and got stuck on top of his helmet there on Razonka's helmet. So the Spartans, they're going to get the man advantage here. We'll see what the official call is. There's going to be 2 penalties. Looks like an offsides call. And what I believe was said to be a cross-check interference.
Could have been a couple of technical fouls as well.
Oh, it was not a technical, I'll tell you that. But it looks like there was definitely an offsides play there for Tennessee. But Michigan State, they're going to go on the man advantage. It's going to be Dominic Bevilacqua for Tennessee, serving the penalty alongside with his buddy, the midfielder, Gavin Burke. So 2 penalties for the Volunteers. So, John, how's Tennessee going to be able to hold off this Michigan State offense with 2 men in the box here?
Yeah, definitely not what you want to see for Tennessee, but they're putting up a good effort here on the penalty kill. And it is going to be Tennessee ball. They were able to force it away, so being down a couple men actually looked like it worked in their favor just a little bit. But now, still down a man, Tennessee is going to have to get something going, but there's going to be another penalty on the field here as Tennessee. Big shot on net, and that one's going to go in. It's number 24, Mason Kane, the guy who I just said needed to pick up. We haven't seen the past couple of games, but he's able to get one on the board. It is now 7-3, so even down a couple men, Tennessee gets a big one there. Mason Kane finally showing up for the Tennessee offense.
Mason Kane, an incredible shot, John. It's funny, we were just talking about how we haven't really seen much of him, but he just gets himself a goal there. What a play. And now Tennessee is slowly creeping back into this game. They're looking very sharp here. I expect a huge second half from this Volunteer team as they're going to look to try to get back into this game. They're showing signs of life. The offense is looking better as time goes on in this one. They're going to look for 4 here, though, John.
Yeah, and one of the things we haven't been pointing out a lot is how much the face-offs matter, especially after these goals. Michigan State was winning a lot of the face-offs. That's why they were getting so many possessions and so many good opportunities on net. But a face-off win here for Tennessee, they could easily get another goal on the board here and cut this lead down to 3. So things are definitely starting to pick up for the Volunteers after what seemed like a very dominant first half for the Michigan State Spartans.
It was nothing but dominant as they were just destroying Tennessee and really just controlling in the middle here. But Tennessee looking like they're finding their footing here, and so far they've looked a little bit better as Rudo takes a shot. Another penalty flag flying. We'll see what this one's for. It looks like there was some pushing and shoving right in front of the net of Bonner, and it's going to be cross-checking. And it'll actually be an interference call on Michigan State.
He's going to be sitting out for 30 seconds here. But we got another man up for Tennessee. They were able to score 1 goal already shorthanded. What can they do with a man up now?
Hunter Hendricks is going to be called for that interference. It looks like he was doing some pushing, shoving right there in the middle in front of Bonner. So Tennessee is going to look to try to capitalize. Rudo over to the side as they're going to look to try to work this one across and just find anything in the middle. Guys with it, thinking about it. Shot, and he gets it to go! Thomas Guys, a highlight play. Unbelievable shot from the corner. I don't even know how he found the angle, and it is now 7-4. Only a 3-score game here now as Tennessee have slowly creeped back into this one.
That was definitely one of the best goals I've seen over these past couple games. Like you said, that was just from a side angle. There's not really much space for you to get even anything remotely close on net, let alone past the goalie for Michigan State, but that one just sneaks through. If we're talking in hockey terms, it kind of looked like a Connor Bedard type shot.
And they're coming again, looking to get another one. They do! The Volunteers, signs of life, shot, score! The momentum has come back into this Volunteers lacrosse team. 7-5.
Tennessee has now scored as many goals in the second quarter as Michigan State scored in the first quarter. Michigan State was lucky to get 2 here in the second, so they still have a 2-goal lead. But that one's going to be scored by Dominic Bevilacqua. So 5 different goals here for Tennessee, 5 different goal scorers. The entire team is finally hyped up now, and we still have 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, and this game has gotten close real quick.
And the energy, it's found the Tennessee bench as they are loving every bit of it. Rudo over to Schroll. Schroll thinking about it, back to Rudo. Rudo, such good footwork. Such a fast player. He's going to look to take this one. Maybe himself. Makes a move. Takes a shot. Why not? Wasn't able to find it. Good save from Bonner. Michigan State the other way. Leading the charge. Coming up the field. Trying to find something. Ball played up on top as they'll look to get back into this one as Razanka tries to hold on to it. Pushing and shoving up and forth. We'll see what the ref calls here. And it's a timeout from Michigan State. A much needed timeout as they have let this one slowly slipped away. And Tennessee has come back into this one. 7-5. Tennessee, Michigan State. You're watching Tennessee Club Sports Network.
Michigan State, a very well-needed timeout right now with just a few minutes to go left in this first half. But they were looking like very much the better team in this game, but things are starting to slip away. Their defense is starting to falter just a little bit. They need to keep their head on a swivel and stand their ground if they don't want Tennessee to come right back in this game. But the Volunteers, they're finally getting that passing down. They're finally getting those wide open looks, and it very much looks like a team effort as we have a bunch of guys on the scoreboard here, definitely for both teams, which shouldn't be understated.
Very important that Tennessee continues to carry this momentum because that's the one thing that has helped them get back into this game, John. Michigan State, they really had all of it in the first couple minutes of this game. In fact, pretty much the whole entirety of this game up until the last, I don't know, give or take 3 or 4 minutes. Tennessee, they get 2 there. Was once just all Michigan State has proven to be a very exciting lacrosse game here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
It's a very great lacrosse game. It's amazing how things can change in such an instance, how quickly things can change momentum from one team to the other. And, you know, it's props to the Tennessee offense for finally picking up what they were slacking in a little bit here at the beginning of this game. It looks like they finally found their ground.
VJ Foster with it. Cuts back. As we're approaching a minute to go into this game, as Foster now goes inside, back behind the net, up in front, not there. Ball goes flying, trying to knock it free. Gornick pokes it away in front of the net as Gornick leaves the net for a second. The Spartans looking for more blood here. Over to Razanka. Razanka inside, thinks about it, doesn't take the shot. Stolen out in front. No one has it still. Cosgrove bumps it up. A good heads-up play from Jake Cosgrove. A big hit in the center, and now they're going to look to get it, and we'll get what looks like possession for the Volunteers. That play all started with Jake Cosgrove, the good defensive effort, poked it up in front, and now the Volunteers will get possession. Coming the other way, looking to find more. If they score, it could be exciting here. They try to sneak it in, doesn't go in front. Puck. Excuse me, not puck. I was thinking it was hockey for a second. Wrong sport. Ball knocked in front. A big hit. Rudo goes flying. Things getting incredibly aggressive as time winds down. A foot race for it. Bonner's going to pick this one up. He's going to send this one up top. A good catch there from the Spartans. Dominic Lowe, he tried to bring it up. Refs are going to call a stop to this one. The fans are not liking what is happening. It looks like a player is down for Tennessee. The fans not happy with the refs here as a player looked to be down for a little bit. The action was all happening over towards Michigan State's side. So we'll look to see who the man down is for Tennessee. As he gets up, should be fine. It was Tommy Rudo, not a player you want to see go down in this game. He might have taken a hit to the shin there, as it looked like a Michigan State stick might have got him in the shin, and as you know, that's got to hurt, John.
It's definitely got to hurt. We saw this in the last game. One of the Tennessee players went down, but a lot of these guys are very tough, and Rudo's able to walk it off. It seems like he might not be playing for at least the rest of the first half here. We'll see in the second half, but he looks to be all right. He's walking it off, and that's always what you like to see.
Absolutely. He looks to be fine. He'll talk things over with the trainer, and it definitely looks like he took a shot to the shin there, as he's going to try to just take a breather here, because the half is about to come to the end. About 30 seconds left. Tennessee, they need to hold him off, and we'll get a penalty flag. 2 flags flying. We'll see what they call. Michigan State looking for one. Ball's going to go over to the left. About 24 seconds to go, so we'll see what the play is. So it's going to be Scott for offsides, 30 seconds. So that'll leave Scott benched for the rest of this one. There's 24 seconds to go. Jake Scott gets called for that offsides. As now the Spartans will get a chance to maybe get one last look at a shot here and go up in this one, 8-5. Tennessee, they're going to look to just hold them off, maybe get a quick play, come back the other way. Spartans with it. Circling around. Looking for the opening. It's played up top by Neeson. Neeson down low for the shot. Good save by Gornick. Not allowing anything by. He's been good so far in this second quarter. Hamilton goes falling. 3 seconds to go. Looking to take one more shot. They'll just hold off and let the time run out. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the first half, which proved to be a fun one. Back and forth. Both sides had a bit of momentum. It started with Michigan State leading the charge. They were up 7-1 at one point, but Tennessee, they have come back into this one. It is now 7-5. They'll look to talk things over in halftime. What a game this one has been, John. What do you want to see from Tennessee to hopefully...
From Tennessee, I want to see what they kept on doing there at the end of the first half. They were able to shut down Michigan State's offense there. They finally figured out what to do. And Tennessee on the other end was getting some good open plays, some good passes up the middle, and a couple of good shots right there for the Tennessee offense. They got it. They got those goals back that they were missing out on in the first quarter. So they started off kind of slow, but things are starting to pick up. So for the Volunteers, just keep on doing what you're doing, and eventually I'll see that they have the lead later on in this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be back here shortly in about 7 minutes for the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half here in Knoxville, Tennessee. My name is Charlie Sarafian, joined alongside by the incredible John Hansen. John, what was an incredibly fun first half. It was a little bit of back and forth action. It's proven to be a really good game here. Michigan State started with all the momentum, and now it's kind of gone back towards Tennessee. But halftime just happened. We'll see what things happen over in the talks that were talked over with. I worded that horribly, but you know what I'm saying. But Michigan State, they get things going right there on the board. A little bit of a celebration there, an interesting one. It was number 8 for the Spartans. Mason Razanka got things started right off the rip for Michigan State. So just I was saying things were talked over in the huddle by both teams. It looks like Michigan State, they picked up right where they left off in that first quarter.
Yeah, less than 30 seconds in, and Michigan State already has one on the board here. So maybe, once again, a bit of a slow start here for Tennessee, as we saw in the first quarter. And, Tennessee can't let that happen for too long in this game, because if they let Michigan State get ahead by a few goals once again, then we could definitely see Tennessee slipping back a bit too far, and they won't be able to catch back up.
Here they come the other way now, the Spartans trying to make something happen. Ball's rolled up in front. It's picked up by Michigan State. Back to Zach Mitchell now. We're back behind the backside. Looks over to Mason Razanka, who just scored. Now back to number 55, Jake Spencer. Spencer back down below to Connor Hamilton. A lot of back and forth passing here. Aliva, one thing with Michigan State, they're a very patient team. They look for quality shots rather than a plethora of shots, and that's kind of why they've been able to score on this Tennessee team. Still looking for a quality shot as the shot clock winds down. Good defense played. Harden absolutely hassling. Ball in the middle, knocked away. Looks like Gordon might have got a piece of that. Harden, he's so good on that perimeter at really deflecting shots out in front. Hamilton sneaking around. And the refs, they're going to give possession back to Tennessee. Cosgrove with it now. Cradling, looking for something. Finds his man in the middle. He's got number 51 for the Volunteers, Gavin Burke. Burke spent some time in the penalty box earlier, but he's been good facilitating in that middle zone. Tennessee with it now in the Spartan zone. First time they've had it over in this second half to Guys. Now Guys over to Tommy Rudo. Rudo back down to Scott. Excuse me. Guy just off to the left. Bonner got a piece of it. Scott rolling back. Passed up in front. Guys thinking about it. Deeks goes back. Doesn't like what he sees. A wild shot. Rudo was looking for one just off to the left.
We heard the Tennessee coach down here scream, "You got to be aggressive," and I say I can't disagree with him there, because when Tennessee has been aggressive in this game, they've been able to get multiple shots on goal, and they've been able to put some in the back of the net. So being aggressive is very key, but you can't just be aggressive on offense. You also have to be very aggressive on defense. As we have Tennessee coming inside here.
Tennessee just looking for a chance and trying to respond. Down 3 now. Guys, a scoop pass over to Schroll. Schroll trying to get inside. A shot blocked. Incredible defense by the Spartans.
Great defensive effort there by the Spartans. So Tennessee had a few shot attempts on that possession, but nothing was able to go in. But that's definitely what they need to keep going forward in this game. Not everything will go in, but now they definitely need to be back on defenses. We have a little bit of a slip there for a Michigan State player, and it looks like it's going to be a turnover.
A good play by Rudo, playing a little bit of defense there. Ball goes up in front. Now they're going to try to make something happen. Back over to Scott. Scott gets it to Kane. Kane holding on to it as he's going to look to get his offense all settled and ready to go as they try to make something happen. Back over to Rudo now. Rudo. He's going to look to get going here. Doesn't like what he sees. Gets it back over to Zimmer. Zimmer, he got a goal early on in that first period. We'll see if he can try to sneak another one in there. Again, as John was saying, this has all been a team effort for this Tennessee team. All their goals have come from different players as they're really just trying to get that ball around. Sneaking in there, it's Burke. Takes a shot, saved by Bonner. Burke was trying to find one. A routine save from Bonner. He was able to get that up, and he'll make his way back up the field. Michigan State leading the charge the other way. It's Lucas Koppel. Gets it back over to the right side. And they'll work this one up. Max Nordlund. Gets it to the middle. Alex Ryschek. Now it goes to Neeson. Neeson with it. Calling the play and setting it up. Now it's Connolly. Gets it back up to Foster. Foster makes a move, tries to sneak inside, well defended by Rudo. Foster really trying to get in there. Rudo making it very difficult for him to do so. Rudo standing his ground. Here comes the shot, looking to sneak it in there. It's not there. Murphy thinks about it. Deeks doesn't like it. Cross to the side. They don't find anything. Murphy had a shot. It was well defended. Tennessee standing their ground on defense.
I very much like this aggressive defense here from Tennessee. They're finally seeing that they can keep shots to the outside. They're kind of pressuring each man-on-man opportunity here as Michigan State still trying to get an open look here, and they're not able to with Tennessee's defense kind of holding their ground. And there's only a couple of seconds left, but it's not going to matter as Tennessee forces a turnover.
Murphy pass was intended for Foster. Foster wasn't able to hold on to it. One thing head coach of Michigan State, Connor Beals, is going to try to do is recreate what we saw in that first quarter from his team as they were absolutely firing and dominating on all cylinders. However, it'll be interesting to see how Mitch Langley, head coach of Tennessee, gets his group to really come back into this one and recreate what we saw in that second quarter. Volunteers coming up the other way. Gets it up into the middle. It's number 22 for Tennessee, Jackson Zimmer, taking this one. Still has it. Tries to dump it up for Mason Kane. Kane making his way down below. Finds Tommy Guys. Guys shot a little too high. Puck will go out of play. Not puck, excuse me. I keep saying puck. Meant to say ball. Ball will go out of play and land into a backup net. Off to the side. He scored just on the wrong net.
Yeah, he did score on the wrong net. I was just about to mention that. Not the right net that you want to be scoring on, but still the accuracy is still there. So
it's good to see, though, guys taking shots as Schroll tries to take one, spins around, looking for an opening, sneaks in there, gets one, gets it to go! Jake Schroll! He sneaks in there, bottom left corner. Tennessee, 6 goals in this one, 8-6 in favor of Michigan State. Tennessee slowly creeping back into this one. John, I said it once, I'll say it again. Sometimes you have to be selfish. Schroll was, and it paid off.
Yeah, you definitely have to be selfish in some opportunities, but as we've seen from both teams, it's very much a team effort on both sides. On the 8 goals scored by Michigan State, 7 of them have been from different goal scorers, and all 6 of Tennessee goals have been from 6 different goal scorers. So there's not one man dominating for each team in either of these games. A lot of opportunities, the wealth is being spread around for both of these teams, if you will, and that's what you need in these types of games. You need that team effort. You need multiple players to be showing up, and we have that for both Michigan State and Tennessee, and that worked well for Tennessee's 6th goal of this game.
Guys down to Scott. Scott to Schroll. Schroll back to Scott. Now over to Burke. Burke's been looking for one. He's going to circle back. Get it across over to Guys. Guys is going to pump fake. Takes a shot. Scores! Thomas Guys from downtown. Sneaks one past Bonner. It's now a 1-goal game. 8-7. Tennessee, they've come back. John, We've got a lacrosse game here.
We definitely have a lacrosse game here. You're finally seeing that resilience in Tennessee. Things started off so slow in this game. It looked like they were out of it, but they've been able to pick up that momentum. And early on, halfway through this third quarter here, it's just a one-goal game, something that you probably couldn't have imagined after the first 5 minutes or so in the first quarter. Michigan State had 5 goals in about 5 to 7 minutes to start this game, but in the past 20 or so, they've only had 3. So Tennessee's been outscoring them by basically 2-1 in the past 20 minutes.
Absolutely. The momentum has found its way back over to the bench of the Volunteers as they look to get another one. Ball being played over in their zone. Kane makes a move, cuts back, thinks about it. They'll reset. Ball will go over to Rudo. He calls for it. He wants this one himself. Might take a look. Cuts down. Takes a shot. Saved by Bonner. So it's good to see Rudo being aggressive and taking those shots, John, because, again, he's able to find the back of the net. 4 goals against Clemson. He's a guy who can score from all angles.
Yeah, I'm just glad to see Rudo right back out there. But that one's going to be another one for Jake Schroll, who just has 2 goals in the past couple of minutes now, and we finally have a tie game.
Jake Schroll ties it up here, 8-8. 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter. A high-scoring one. This has been a thrilling one. The Volunteers have tied this one up. It started as all Michigan State. It's proven to be a phenomenal game here, John. And again, this Tennessee looks team best score goals. An incredible set of offensive players, a lot of depth, a lot of talent, and it's showing. They've come back and they've evened this one up.
You can kind of tell how this game is going just based off of the bench reaction. Michigan State bench now very, very quiet and subdued, while the Tennessee bench is definitely fired up. And they have
another one. Saved by Bonner. Tennessee, they'll regain possession here. It's Burke. Over to Guys. Guys finds Rudo. Would not be surprised if Rudo tries to take this one himself. He has a bit of a lane over onto the right side. Gives it back to Guys. Now back to Kane. Kane to Schroll. Schroll to Scott. Scott back to Rudo. Rudo cradles. Back over to Guys now. Guys, he'll try to cut inside. Thinks about it. Takes a shot. It's defended. Ball still loose. Gets back. Guys loses it, and it's scooped up by Michigan State. A big hit out in front. No one has it yet. It's scooped back up by Schroll. Tennessee, they regain control, but they lose it. Oh, what was almost an incredible effort to get that ball back was lost. The Spartans will get this one again. It was a lot of good passing. No one was really selfish there. They were just looking for that quality shot. Again, though, 8-8 here. Approaching 6 minutes to go in this lacrosse game. The clock is not running on the field, but it's running with us. Someone's got to fix the clock. It is not moving. So just to update people what was happening, it seems the clock is not working on the field. However, it is working on our stream, so you guys have the correct information. Everyone out here on the field does not, though. It is now working. Michigan State with it. Over to Ryan Murphy. Murphy cuts in, looks for it. He's not left-handed, so it wasn't the best quality look for him. He had the lane, didn't take the shot. An IQ play. Murphy thinks about it. Shot saved. Gornick, he's been very good here in this third quarter. Coming the other way, it's the Volunteers. Cosgrove has it, picks it up. The defender, he's going to take this one himself. Good pass, gets up in the middle. Tennessee, they've got numbers. They'll reset here as Cosgrove will make his way back to his respective position. Kane will cradle this one himself. Over to Schroll now. Schroll to Scott. Tennessee coming out with a new unit. Will Tobias with it. Bowden Crane on the defense. It's Tobias. He'll try to take this one up himself. Gets it back over to the side to Tristan Merritt. Merritt sneaks in, takes a shot off the post. Almost had it. A big collision in the middle. Players go flying. Bodies on the floor. Tennessee gets it back. A spin move. Trying to sneak in there. It's Zimmer. Falls. No one gets it. Spartans the other way. At blazing speed ahead. Here comes Colin Bernard with the ball. Calling back for it. It's Foster off the bench. Loses it. Almost intercepted. Trying to get it back. Stick goes flying in the air. Refs are going to call stops to that play. And it looks like we have Foster injured out there on the 50-yard line. He's going to be able to get up. Looks like he took a shot to the shin there, or the knee.
Yeah, they're going to give the ball back to Michigan State here. But one thing we haven't pointed out a lot in this game is the work of the goalies. Both Kyler Gornick on Tennessee made a fantastic play on his end of the field where that shot from Michigan State, it looked like it was going to go in, but he had that quick reaction time to save it with the with his big net there. And on the other end for Michigan State, Kalen Bonner has been absolutely fantastic as well. So the goalies have been kind of underappreciated in this game, but both goalies have been playing very well and very solid.
I mean, this is all around just an incredibly scrappy game from both sides. Momentums have shifted. Tennessee has yet to lead in this game. Big hit. And they'll get Tennessee regaining possession here. Michigan State not happy with the call. Head coach for the Spartans, Connor Beals, does not like it, and he's being vocal about it. Might have to cry a river on that one. He's not going to get his call. Gavin Burke now will take this one. Reset, he'll get it over to Guys. Not yet, though. He's still holding on to it. Now to Guys. Guys over to Scott. So they'll just work with it. Back behind the net. A Bonner. Scott still with it. Looking for the angle. Couldn't find anything. Now to Rudo. Tommy Rudo. He'll get it over to Guys. Guys. Thinking about it. Makes a move. Tries to sneak in there. Shot. Saved. Bonner stretched out. He was able to stop that one. Looks like he got his foot on it. Knocked away. Tennessee with it still. To Schroll. He'll try to cut inside. Thinking about wrapping around. It's not there. Still looking for it. Holds on to it. Now to Rudo. Rudo loves that little nifty behind the back move. Couldn't find anything there. Cuts inside. Thinks about it. He'll take a shot. Gets it and it's saved. Bonner read it like a book.
Some great defense there from Michigan State. Tennessee not able to get a lot of open opportunities on that possession, and Michigan State kind of held him onto the outside, and Rudo was forced to take a last-second shot there, which was easily saved by Bonner. So maybe Michigan State's defense is starting to hold up a little bit here and not let Tennessee's recent change momentum get the best of them.
Things are heating up here in the Intramural Rec Sports Complex. As I've never seen a more exciting lacrosse club game in my life, because this is the only second one I've ever watched. Here comes Michigan State, looking for something. Harden defending, tries to get it out of there. It's poked away. A good stick play by Cosgrove. He's been dominant defensively. The Spartans trying to find something in the middle now. They score! Michigan State regains the lead.
That one's going to be number 40, Matthew Oliva. That's going to be the 9th goal for Michigan State. And they've regained the lead here.
So there was question whether or not the goal would count for Michigan State. It looks like the refs are going to count this one. There was talk about whether or not there was some sort of offsides or called right before the shot was taken, but it looks like they'll keep this one on the board. So Tennessee, they'll regain possession here. as we are approaching 1:30 to go in the third quarter here. Burke back down to Schroll. He's going to lose it. He'll get it back. And Michigan State, they'll get possession. The Spartans with it. Bonner will get this over to his left side. So Tennessee have not led yet in this game. It's been Michigan State leading the entire game. It was tied at one point. The Spartans just regained control in this one. Tennessee looking to even this one up. Burke will hold on to this one and wait for his offense to get settled here. So they'll try to make one last attempt at it. Just under a minute remaining now in this lacrosse game. Excuse me, in the third quarter of this lacrosse game.
I would really love to see Tennessee tie right here, just to have a tied game go into the fourth quarter. Very much crunch time with only 15 minutes to go. That would be a great setup, but still only being a goal down, this is already setting up to be a great finish for this game.
Burke Deeks thinks about it. 30 seconds to go. To Guys now. Guys thinking about it. Pauses. Tries to get a look. Gets one. Saved. Bonner, he's able to knock that one away and gets it up top to Hunter Hendricks. Hendricks back to Bonner now. Bonner will get this ball all the way up across the field. A long pass. It was a really nice one from Bonner. 5 seconds left. They'll lose it. A penalty flag. One last penalty, so it looks like number 91 for the Vols, Andrew Amigo. He was called for
30 seconds with push for possession, number 91, like you said. So Michigan State, it looks like this penalty is going to carry over into the fourth quarter. But that could be a big momentum change here, as Michigan State, like you said, already regained the lead, 9-8. They haven't let Tennessee lead so far in this game. But we have 15 minutes to play, and it is 9-8 for the Michigan State Spartans. Tennessee has a chance. They still have a chance to tie it, maybe come back and win it. But starting with the fourth quarter, they're going to be a man down, and Michigan State could regain a 2-goal lead if they're able to score on that after this brief little break here for the third.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be back here shortly for the last quarter of play here on this Sunday afternoon. You're watching Tennessee Club Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the last quarter of play here in this one. Tennessee, Michigan State. Michigan State leads by 1 right now, 9-8. Murphy, he tried to get that over the side. Pass was fumbled. We'll get control. The Spartans circulating, just looking to find an opening. And it's saved by Gornick. Mason Razonka, he tried to sneak one past Gornick, just wasn't able to find it. It's now Gornick. He'll bring this one up himself. Deeks to the side, still has this one. He's coming up all the way. We haven't really seen this. Gornick, an interesting play. He just almost tried to take that one all the way up himself. Looks like he wanted to score for a second.
And there's going to be a penalty flag out here for something. But that was a very interesting play from Kyler Gornick, who just waltzes up the field into the Tennessee territory and tries to make a nifty play. I don't know if it worked out 100% of the way.
I mean, why not? Whatever works. If he scored, I mean, I think this whole place would have exploded. Ryan Salazar taking a breather here as he looks to try to sneak inside into the middle. Takes a shot, not able to get it. Bonner saved it. Bonner, he's been really good the past, give or take, 8 minutes of play across both this fourth and third quarter. So we'll get a delay of game.
This one's going to be on Michigan State. It was a delayed penalty for quite some time out there. So Tennessee looks like they're going to be a man up here for just 30 seconds or so. But about 13:30 left in this game, and you can definitely tell that both teams, you know, they're definitely settling in here now because they don't want to make too many erratic plays, or else one little mistake could be the end of this game and could be the dagger. So both teams definitely trying to play it safe. And here's Tennessee, and a big goal there.
Mason Kane to Gavin Burke. He deked down low, then brought it up top. He was able to fool Bonner, a nifty play, scoring right over the head of him. Bonner never stood a chance, and Tennessee ties up this game early on here in the fourth.
I'm definitely feeling excited now, Charlie. It is a tie game with just 13 minutes left in the game, something that we could not have imagined after the dominating first quarter performance from Michigan State. But Tennessee has come back many, many times. They haven't been able to grab the lead just yet in this game, but both teams seem like they're pretty even now. And like I said, no one team wants to make a mistake, or else it could prove very costly.
An incredible play there. Got him down low for a second and then just went up top with it. He was left wide open. Mason Kane, a heads-up IQ play to find him down there. Looked like Nikola Jokic to Russell Westbrook up there in Denver. Instead, we're in Knoxville, though. Is Mason Kane now. Cuts down low, takes a shot off to the side. Was on target for a second. Tennessee, they'll regain possession. They'll look to get something going here. Here's Schroll. Schroll being defended. Might try to wrap around. He'll cut back to the outside. Still has it. Tries to spin through, break free. It's not there. The defense is solid right now. Guys, over to Rudo. Rudo, thinking about it. Might take this himself. Deeks loses it for a second, scoops it back up. A dangerous play. He regains control, though. The defense is absolutely just hassling Rudo. Looks like they watched game film. Rudo has struggled to find the goal here, and this one is now rain is coming down. And they score! Get it to go! It was Scott. Scott gets it to go, skips it down in there, an incredible play. And Tennessee, they get back into this one.
A great play there for Scott to get the goal, and Tennessee for the first time in this game has the lead. They are up 10-9 with just 12 minutes remaining. Just an unbelievable performance and a set of resilience for the Volunteers. They're finally able to make some plays. They're finally able to get some good passes inside. And Michigan State, it doesn't seem like they were ready for it. They've been trying to hold on for as long as they can, but the constant pressure from Tennessee, But the constant pressure for Tennessee has finally gotten his way there.
The rain is now coming down here. Tennessee controlling in their zone. Tobias with it, cutting in, looking for the shot. Cuts in, takes a shot a little to the right. Can't get it to go. A little control here. Scott with it. Gets up to Kane. Mason Kane with it. Setting back to Tobias. Tobias to Clark. Clark looking, couldn't find anything. It has started to lightly drizzle here in Knoxville, Tennessee. As we look to quickly get that tarp up. It's a tie game here. Excuse me, not tie. Tennessee has the lead now. First time Tennessee has controlled in this one. 10-9 lacrosse game. Volunteers on top.
One thing I don't want to see from Tennessee right now is for them to be complacent. They can't sit back on their heels and just try to run out this clock. They're only up by 1 goal. They need to keep the pressure going. They need to keep adding onto the scoreboard because we can definitely see Michigan State can fire on all cylinders very, very quickly, and they can turn this game right back around in their favor. So for Tennessee, they need to keep the momentum going. They need to keep the pressure going. They need a few more goals and hopefully put this game away.
Absolutely. Time winding down. Just under 10 minutes to go here. If you're the Volunteers, you got to just be locked down on defense and continue to do what you're doing on offense. These are both high-powered, high-efficient scoring teams who have approached what looks like a stalemate in this one, which is constant goal scoring. As Tennessee, they've found their groove. Cutting back, the Spartans looking to open things up, thinking about it. Mazzara doesn't take the shot. Trying to sneak in there. The defense is very good for Tennessee right now. Spartans just circling around, looking for any little opening, waiting for Tennessee to break down. Cutting on the inside, trying to find something. It's Oliva. Shot to the left. Good defense play. It's poked away. Logan Sims, he got in the way and stopped anything from converting there. What a goal going back to Scott. He was able to just skip that one in there, almost knocked that one off the ground, bounce, and it just fooled Bonner. One thing Tennessee, they struggle to do is really score sort of in the middle or up top on Bonner. So we'll see if they start to try to go low and catch him off guard.
Yeah, definitely going low is a great strategy, especially with, there's a lot of padding and, the goalie's holding their stick up more towards the top, but you really only have your legs if you're a goalie down below, which is not covering the net that much.
Cutting back, looking for one shot. They score! The Spartans tied up here. Jack Neeson, his 4th goal of the season, makes this game 10-10 here in Knoxville.
Great play there from Neeson. Just snipes it past Kyler Gornick, who really couldn't do anything about it. And a lot of those goals are what we've seen from Michigan State today, and they're still getting past Gornick. So maybe he needs to hamper down and lock down just a little bit longer, and hopefully Tennessee can produce something on offense for him to be reinvigorated here on the defensive side of the ball.
And a timeout called from Michigan State, as they'll look to talk things over here. Connor Beals, he's going to want to reset his team and make sure they're all on the same page as we are approaching 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in this lacrosse game.
Just the amount of goal scorers, Charlie, from both of these teams in this game. On Tennessee, Zimmer, Scott, Kane, Guys, Bevilacqua, Schroll, Burke. I mean, only a few of them just have multiple goals, but no one guy has been absolutely dominant. So, again, very much a team effort for Michigan State, we've seen Boyd on the board, Hamilton, Murphy with 2, Spencer, Foster, Connolly, Rizonka, Leva, Neeson. I mean, just the list goes on and on. The depths of both of these rosters is definitely something to behold. But I want to see if I can make a little bit of a prediction here, Charlie, and I want to see if you agree with me. But Tommy Rudo, who went down in the first half with a little bit of a hit, he's come back in the second half. He's played very well all game, and he had 4 goals in the last game against Clemson, but he doesn't have 1 on the board today. I'm going to make a prediction and say he's going to get on the board very late in this game, and maybe he might prove to be the deciding point.
You know, I don't disagree with you. He's a guy who can, again, I've said it before, score on all cylinders. You really want to get him going, but he's going to try to find an opportunity. He hasn't really able to get going yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a shot on goal or maybe even a goal, John. Spartans looking to regain control here. It's Murphy. Cuts inside. The Spartans doing what they do best, just circling around, waiting for that open lane. Maybe looking to capitalize there in the middle. Andrew Connolly will get it over to Foster. Foster wraps around. Still looking for it. The defense is really good by Tennessee, and it's smothering. They'll regain control. Volunteers coming the other way with it. They get it up to number 44. The Volunteers now coming the other way with it. Grant Grushot, number 44 for Tennessee. He brought that one up himself. They'll get it back up to Max Damala now. Now over to Schroll. Schroll, he's going to look to work here. Now in the hands of Rudo. John, it's your guy, Tommy Rudo. Setting back. Waiting for his team to get going. Gets it over to Burke. Burke with it. He'll get up on the left side. As Burke makes a move, gets it up to Kane. Kane thinks about it. Onto the side. Guys, a one-handed catch. An incredible effort to keep that ball in play. Now over to Rudo. Rudo, he'll look to maybe make a move here. Takes a shot. Doesn't take the shot. Burke shoots it, and he scores. No! Gavin Burke thought he had it. It went right almost through the legs of Bonner, but Bonner stopped it at the last second. Heartbreak for Tennessee. Almost had a good look, and now it's taken by Kane. Wide alone, has the shot, scores! Mason Kane from coast to coast, stole it, got it right back, snuck it past Bonner. Defensive breakdown from Michigan State and Tennessee. They make it 11-10 with 6.5 to go in this game.
I said that costly turnovers this late in the game, no team wants to make that mistake, and for Michigan State, they made that mistake. A crazy turnover there. Mason Kane was able to pick it up, and he was able to snipe it right past Bonner, like a one-on-one kind of a breakaway opportunity, and Tennessee has regained the lead now 11-10, and they've now won the faceoff. They have possession. They can make this a 2-goal game. They have not had a 2-goal lead in this game. But for Michigan State, that was just a very costly turnover, and in the dying minutes of this game, not what they needed.
Not at all what they needed, but if you're a Tennessee fan, it is exactly what you needed. 11-10 lacrosse game. The Vols, they've got the ball in Michigan State zone. The Spartans breaking down a little bit here towards the end of this game. Guys with it, being patient, thinking about it. To Rudo. Rudo, shot. A little too high.
A little too high for Rudo, but it looks like he's getting primed and ready. I think he wants another shot at this.
Schroll back to Rudo. Rudo, thinking about it, spins, cuts. They have been all over Rudo in this game, making it very hard for him to find anything. Kane, he's had himself a game, though, defensively and offensively. Gets it to Guys now. Guys, shot, give it to him! His name is Thomas Guys, and he's got a goal. Tennessee showing Michigan State how it's done here in Knoxville. 12 to 10. Approaching 5 to go. Momentum has shifted. The fans are loving it. Tennessee up by 2.
First multi-goal lead in this game for Tennessee, and who else but Thomas Guys? That's his third on the game. He's got himself a hat trick in this one, including one he got against Clemson. So 4 goals over the past 2 games for Thomas Guys. That one just an absolute snipe shot past Bonner, and that's exactly what Tennessee needed. Things are definitely starting to pick up for the Volunteers, and it just looks like a completely different game from what we saw 30 minutes ago.
Time winding down. Still anyone's game here. Volunteers, they've creeped back. They've got control. 12 to 10 right now. Michigan State desperately trying to respond. Cooper Dunn, they get it back down below. Braden Fenton sneaking around, looking for it. Matarazzo. Good defense played from Tennessee. They poke it away. Alex top body at it for a second. Jack Neeson, he's going to bring this one up for the Spartans. Neeson, he'll get it down low. They'll go over to number 5, Connor Hamilton. Hamilton up top to Matthew Oliva. We'll talk things over and see what they're calling here. Both coaches kind of arguing back and forth. And they'll look to reset the shot clock here. Obviously tension's high. Game winding down. Both teams, they've had a crack at leading in possession. It's proven to be a pretty high scoring game as time's gone on.
One thing, Charlie, I'm starting to wonder if Michigan State maybe used a bit too much energy at the beginning of this game. They have the same amount of goals in the first 7 minutes of this game as they have in the past 35 or so, close to 40. Maybe all that offensive pressure right at the beginning is taking a toll on them as they don't have the stamina as they did in the beginning of this game.
Gornick, he'll lose it for a second, lost his footing. That turf is now pretty slippery out there as we had a fresh batch of rainfall not too long ago. Gornick, he'll pick this one up. And now Tennessee, they'll come the other way with it. The clock is not running. Someone might be out of a job at the end of this game on the field. Our clock is up to date and accurate though, so we'll try to reset it. Gavin Burke with it. Over to Rudo. What do you got here as time winds down, approaching 3.5 to go.
I think now is a good time for Tennessee to settle things down, try to kill as much time as possible. You don't, like you said, you don't want to be completely complacent. You still want to get some good shots on goal. But now with a multi-goal lead, they can take the opportunity to sit back just a little bit, but still keep up that pressure.
It was poked away by Hunter Hendricks there. Good defensive heads-up play from the defense. Rudo with it. Controlling. Sneaks in there. Takes the shot. A little far right. Couldn't convert. Trying to sneak in there. Troy, he gets it to go! He came out of nowhere! Jake Schroll knocked over Megdum through the legs of Bonner. 13-10. Knoxville, are you not entertained?
That's an amazing play there from Jake Schroll, who I believe only had about 7 seconds left on the shot clock, so he had to get something off quick. He just comes up around the right side of Kalen Bonner and just whacks it at him, and it goes into the back of the net, just point blank. A great shot there from Schroll. That's his third of the game, so he's got himself a hat trick as well. 13-10 now for Tennessee. and it looks like it's starting to slip away for Sparty just a little bit.
The boys from East Lansing look a little stunned here as Tennessee's come back into this one. A big hit. As you gotta go now if you're Michigan State. Players falling on top of each other, pushing and shoving back and forth. And now some extracurriculars right in front of the bench.
Referee kind of admonishing the Tennessee bench just a little bit, telling them to cut it out. Game's not over yet, but they are getting pretty feisty out there.
Head coach Connor Beals not exactly happy with the calls being made here. However, he's going to have to cry about it because there's not much you can do in this game as time winds down. His team, they've lost a little bit of energy. As Tennessee, they've come back into this one. Kane looking for another, a little too high.
Still 2 minutes to go here for the Tennessee Volunteers. They still have possession. And like I said, they can now start to think about running down the clock just a little bit. They still got 30 seconds on this shot clock of theirs. That will kill off just more time, and it becomes even more less time for Michigan State to try to get some goals and come back in this one.
Absolutely. Now down, not out. Michigan State, there is still time for them to come back. However, if Tennessee continues to play the way they've been playing this second half, it's going to be really hard for the boys from East Lansing to really make anything happen. Ball in front. They score. Makes it even harder. Tennessee, it's Jake Schroll putting the dagger in Sparty, not allowing them to come back. The Volunteers playing some tricks on us. Maybe they had it in them the whole game. They just wanted to make it a cinematic finish, making it fun for us here in Knoxville. 14-10.
Second straight game where Tennessee has had a 4-goal scorer. This time it's Jake Schroll in this game. Add on to that 3 from guys, 2 from a couple others. And just all around, Tennessee has shown their resilience in this game. They had a bad start, but ever since the second quarter, things have definitely picked up, and they're looking to close this one out very, very soon.
If you're Michigan State, all you can really do is attempt to come back, but just look at that clock and just watch the score as they blew the lead. I was lost for words there for a second. Like I was saying, if you're Michigan State, all you can really do is take a look at that scoreboard and just reflect on the lead they sold. That's all you can really say. Good save. Oh, it looks like Gornick almost tore his ACL there. Did the splits.
The Tennessee bench is definitely very chippy now, while they were kind of deflated at the beginning of this game, but they are all excited, and it looks like they're going to pick up another win at home over this weekend.
The comeback has got to start now if you're Michigan State. 40 seconds to go. I would hate to have to get back on the bus and go to East Lansing after losing when you were up 7-1 in this game. Not really a good collection of plays here from Michigan State. Kind of like Bonnie Blue on spring break. They just kind of blew it there. Pretty unfortunate for the Michigan State Spartans. All around a solid team, though. A really aggressive team, really good team. 2-5 on the season. I expect nothing but good things from them the rest of the way as they'll look to just try and come back from this, what seems to be a loss. They score and get one to go there. 14-13, 14-11 now. As the wind is blowing the tarp off of this tent here in the booth. It's getting windy now all of a sudden. I did not read this in the weather report.
Only you, Charlie, can make a Bonnie Blue reference during a lacrosse game. So, good for you.
I'd do it. Tennessee, they're probably going to come out of this one with a victory. An incredible comeback. You probably won't see it on Sports Center or Bleacher Report, but you might see it on their Instagram or Barstool, Tennessee.
You can
Maybe not
definitely
even
you
there,
can
but-
definitely see it on the Vol Lacrosse Instagram here for the Tennessee
Absolutely.
Volunteers.
10 seconds to go. The Spartans, they got to go now. 3 seconds. Jake Cosgrove, he lets them have it. Pushing and shoving. Give it to them. Tennessee, they've done it. Do you believe in miracles? Because the club lacrosse team does. Heartbreak for Michigan State. Hopefully their basketball team is better. Unfortunate. Head coach Connor Beal is just letting him team have it. Let him know. Good sportsmanship up there. What a game, John. What a game.
What a great game. Definitely the both halves seemed like a tale of two games, if you will. Michigan State looking pretty solid, very much the better team in the first half, but Tennessee better in the second half, and they were able to pick up the win today. Looked sloppy at first, but they did get the job done, and that's all you can ask for if you're a Tennessee fan, especially here for the lacrosse team, who now improves to 8-2 on the season, a great winning record. That's going to be the 6th loss for Michigan State in their season. So overall, a great game that we witnessed, and I can't wait to watch another one.
That might be the dagger. What a game and what a fun one. The Tennessee Club Lacrosse team comes out of this one with a comeback victory. Final score 14-11 here at the Knoxville Trek Sports Complex. John, it's been a fun one. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. My name is Charlie Sarafian, joined here by John Hansen. You're watching Tennessee Club Sports Network. You can find us broadcasting all of the club sports games. We want to thank our producer up here in the studio, Kobe Harris, for his incredible work on the production side of things. Our cameraman, he just left, forgot his name.
Ricky.
Thank you, Ricky. What a game that was. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Get home safe. Have a good rest of your Sunday.
And beat Houston.
And beat Houston. Go Vols. Have a good one.